Hi everyone, in this video we are going to go through two types of problems that'll be on your exit ticket for today. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, for this problem we're going to determine what quadrant each of the following angles is located in. Notice that right now my little unit circle is actually in radians, which will help us for the last three. So let's go ahead and start with those. My first one, I see 5 pi over 3. If I look at my picture, 5 pi over 3. 5 pi over 3. It's right here. I didn't mean to choose green to do that because it's in the green section. But because it's in the green section, it is quadrant 4. My quadrants are already numbered for me. Remember, they sort of go backwards. You start with quadrant 1 up here, and then quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. My next one we're looking for is pi over 4. Pi over 4 is actually already highlighted blue. It's right here. That is in quadrant 1. So I can use Q1. If you want, you can type the whole thing out, or you can just call it Q1. And then my last one is 7 pi over 6. 7 pi over 6 is right here, and that is in quadrant 3, so Q3. All right, I'm going to erase some of the markings on my picture. I can't erase them all. Actually, I can't erase any of them, so I'm not going to erase any of them. I'm actually going to make you a new coordinate plane because we're going to talk about degrees. Remember, for degrees, we start here at 0 degrees. We go up to 90, down to 180, down to 270, and then we come back up for 360. And we number our quadrants the same way, so we have Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. All right, my first angle measure that we are looking at is 285. Well, I know 285 is between 270 and 360, so 285 would be down here in this quadrant, which is quadrant 4. So this one is Q4. I'm going to skip to my other positive angle, 36 degrees. 36 degrees is between 0 and 90, so 36 will be here in Q1. And then we are going to change our red numbers. Let's go ahead and make them negative numbers. Oh, again, apparently I can't change, so we'll just write our negative numbers in green. Remember, you still start at 0, only now you go down to negative 90, up to negative 180, up to negative 270, and then back to negative 360. Now, when we look at this, we're looking for negative 195. Well, that's between negative 180 and negative 270. So negative 195 would be here in quadrant 2. All right, and that's how you locate which quadrant your angles are in. For our next problem, we have to determine the positive degree measure less than 360, the positive degree measure greater than 360, and the negative degree measure of the red angles below. Again, remember, we are going to start by labeling our blue axes. So we start at 0, go up to 90, over to 180, and down to 270. If we notice too, we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 little wedges in between 0 and 90. So 90 divided by 9 equals 10. So each wedge goes up by 10. So you go 10, 20, 30, and they keep going up by 10s all the way around. What I like to do to find my positive less than 360 is I travel all the way around to my closest axis. We have 270 there, and then I go up by 10s. So 270, 280, 290, 300, 310. So that should be 310 degrees for my positive angle. Now, to find that measure greater than 360, we're going to go ahead and just take that angle measure, 310, and add 360 to it. So 310 plus 360 gives me 670 degrees, and that'll be a positive angle measure. And the last one is negative. Now you have an option here. You could either do your positive angle measure you started with, 310 minus 360, or start at 0 again and just travel backwards. So again, we're going up by 10s, so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Just make sure it's negative. So negative 50 is my answer. All right, thanks for watching. As always, if you have any questions, Wow, I can't talk. But thank you for watching. If you have questions, please ask your teacher.